Belle Black's love life becomes the center of the Salem spotlight again, and the energy around her story feels like a pot being stirred faster with every passing interaction. After everything she has endured with EJ, the longing, the guilt, the complications tied to Sammy, the push-pull dynamic that never fully balanced, Belle finally reaches the point where she lets go. She steps away from EJ not with bitterness, but with a tired sort of acceptance, knowing that their connection was always tangled in too much DiMera chaos to ever give her the stability she craves. Walking away from him is her first step toward reclaiming herself, and she does it quietly without drama, but with a firmness that shows she is done recycling old heartbreaks. But once Belle steps out of EJ's shadow, Salem begins presenting her with possibilities she hadn't expected. Her recent moments with Sean Douglas carry a familiar warmth that surprises her. Their shared history is filled with pain and mistakes, but also deep love, and the comfort of knowing someone who has seen every version of you. When they talk now, there's a gentleness that wasn't there before. Two people who have grown up through pain and are meeting again with softer edges. It's just enough to make fans whisper about a reunion, just enough to make Belle wonder if maybe unfinished love doesn't always stay unfinished. Yet the plot twist that catches everyone off guard is Belle matching with Chad DiMera on a dating app. It's the kind of bizarre pairing no one thought they'd ever see. Belle's surprise is genuine. She didn't expect to see Chad's face pop up as a potential match, much less to feel curious about what it might mean. Chad, grieving and healing, finds her intelligence and steadiness comforting. And Belle finds in Chad someone who understands loss, responsibility, and the heavy expectations of being tied to a powerful family. Their dynamic is unexpected, unconventional, and intriguing enough to shift the entire atmosphere around her story. It doesn't immediately spark romance, but it plants a seed of possibility. From there, the options seem to multiply. Jeremy Horton's return to town brings a wave of nostalgia and youthful charm. He's grown into a man who carries warmth like a second skin. His easy smile, his honest intentions, and his normal grounded job as a fifth-grade teacher feel like a breath of fresh air for Belle. A chance at something simple after years of complicated DiMera entanglements. He represents a life without chaos. A life where she doesn't have to brace herself for the next explosion. Then there's Dr. Mark Green, freshly released from Statesville. His presence adds a completely different flavor to Belle's journey. Mark carries a past, but he also carries a story of redemption. He's quiet, intense, thoughtful. Someone who knows what it's like to rebuild life from the ground up. His interactions with Belle hint at a man who sees beyond her polished exterior and recognizes her longing for clarity. It's dangerous, it's compelling, and it's exactly the kind of risky connection that pulls Belle into emotional territory she hasn't explored before. And Salem wouldn't be Salem without names like Rafe Hernandez and Xander Kyriakis appearing as possible matches. Rafe is dependable, protective, and steady, the type of man who could give Belle a sense of security she hasn't felt in years. Xander, on the other hand, is bold, unpredictable, and irresistible in his own messy way. He isn't the logical choice, but he's the kind of man who ignites sparks Belle has tried to ignore. Each of these men represents a different version of the future she could have. Safe, exciting, healing, or entirely unpredictable. So Belle steps into this new chapter not as someone desperate for love, but as someone open to the universe's unpredictability. She's learning how to navigate freedom, rebuilding her confidence, and discovering that her heart might still have room to grow in ways she never imagined. The fun for her and for the fans is in watching which direction she turns, who she gravitates toward, and which connection becomes strong enough to pull her toward her next great love story.